All right, can everyone see a slide that says helping small businesses start, grow, and succeed? Yes, okay,
Yes.
good, Jen. All right, let's see. Today we're going to talk about, again, what is the Small Business Development Center, how the SBDC operates, assisting our clients, some of our success stories, and our partnerships. And if you don't mind, this is a very short video, but I just think it does a really good job of enthusiastically showing what we can do for businesses. In a nutshell, it's about 2 minutes long, so I'm going to turn the video on.
At SBDC, we're in the business of helping small businesses succeed.
The SBDC came up with a strategy that has just catapulted our business.
You just don't know what you don't know, and they have so many networks and so many connections.
I've taken my business from 0 to just under 17 million. The SBDC has been a significant value-add trusted partner in our growth.
As the nation's proven, cost-effective, and accredited network focused on small businesses, SBDC gives you free, honest business advice you can put to immediate, practical use.
The entrepreneurs, they have passion, they have knowledge, they have really amazing ideas, but what they don't always have is that business knowledge. That's what SBDC is there.
Starting a small business is one of the scariest things you can do.
There's a lot of things that you don't realize you're needing, creating your different licenses, and they were able to go through our materials and our applications to be able to make sure that we were on the right track and headed towards success.
You have this organization that's in your community. A lot of people don't know about it, but they have all of these services and advice and in-depth knowledge that you can get for free.
And it's a resource that's going to grow with you. And it's a resource that, if used correctly, is going to give you the confidence that you need as an entrepreneur, because you're going to have challenges and you're going to have doubt, and they're going to become your best friend.
Our business advisors at SBDCs, most of them have business backgrounds themselves, but beyond that, they've got practical experience. They've worked in the lending community, they've run businesses themselves, they're serial entrepreneurs who are just wanting to give back.
SBDC is nationwide with over 1,000 locations across the U.S.
We help folks all across the country in every strata. Wherever they go, there's going to be an SBDC, because we've got 1,000 centers across the country.
Business has changed dramatically over the last 35 years. America's SBDCs have been there throughout, helping small businesses achieve their goals and succeed.
They helped me and coached me through the very beginnings of writing a business plan to building out the business. And now, as we open our second location, I'm really excited to be working with them.
America's SBDCs want you to be the next success story.
SBDC exceeded my expectations, and they've just been completely instrumental into the exponential growth of my business.
Are you looking to grow or start a business? Is your business profitable? Would you like to increase revenues? Find the help you need at America's SBDC.
Whoops.
At SBDC, we're in the...
Hold on, I got to get it to the next slide. Okay, here we go. So that just kind of gives you in a nutshell what the SBDCs across the nation can do for small business. We are part of the Texas Gulf Coast Network, which is the University of Houston. Our main office is in the Memorial City area, and we are funded in part by the Small Business Administration. We're also funded in part and hosted by Sam Houston State University, the College of Business here at Sam Houston. There's 14 centers in our Texas Gulf Coast Network that serve 32 counties, and you can see there on the map. There's 4 actual networks you can see on the little state of Texas. Again, we're in the Texas Gulf Coast Network section of it, and you can see the different areas that are covered throughout this area, the different counties. We serve a 7-county area. The pictures here you see, that's Kim. She's one of the business advisors here. She's been here for over 10 years and does an outstanding job with the businesses. And then we also have a student worker, Madison, who is a marketing major at Sam Houston, is from the Woodlands. We serve 7 counties. That includes Walker County, Huntsville here, and then also San Jacinto, Trinity, Madison, Leon, Northern Montgomery, which is the Willis area, and then Northern Liberty, which is the Cleveland area. Overall, we have 5,000 square miles and a population of over 180,000 people. We get to those areas as much as we can. We get a lot of calls from those areas and assist people and businesses throughout the 7 counties. Our mission, as you heard in the video, it's to deliver expert business advice and training to help existing and future business owners start, grow, and succeed. And we want to be the go-to when people are thinking about where they can go to get help. The things that we offer, we give simple business advising to very complex business advising. We can assist with business planning, helping get capital access, sales and marketing techniques, market research, financial analysis, strategic planning, international trade, and accounting assistance. That's just to name a few. And as Todd said, we have been very busy lately with the COVID-19 disaster. From the month of March through May, we've actually helped over 250 clients. We've had over 500 sessions, and most of those have all been on the phone and by email because we're not seeing clients in person, although we've seen a few that just had extreme circumstances that we needed to do so, but we kept a distance and wore a mask and we're very careful about it. But that's what we've been doing for the last several months. Well, again, since March, assisting people with the SBA loans. As Todd mentioned, there's a couple of loans that they made available to help businesses. One was a paycheck protection program that helped businesses keep their employees on the payroll while they were experiencing the downturn, not having any customers coming in, having to close their business. The goal of that was to keep people employed and keep them receiving pay, even though they couldn't work, to keep them out of the unemployment line and to keep, them with the essentials that they needed. It was an amazing, and I'm saying it actually is still available if people are interested. But it's been very, very good for businesses. I've witnessed it here in Huntsville. Many of them have been able to continue to pay their employees even though they're not actually coming to the office. And what will happen is if they prove at the end of 8 weeks that they've used that money for what it was intended, payroll, with a little bit additional for utilities, rent, and mortgage interest, then they're getting that loan forgiven, so that they're actually being given that money by the government to keep these people employed and keep their business afloat. So we've helped a lot with that, with the local lenders, just helping coordinate everything. And then the SBA has offered a direct loan through the SBA website, all internet-based, that businesses could go to and ask for a low interest, long-term loan. And in addition to the loan, they also received grant money that allowed them to pay expenses, again, like the paycheck protection, but different, allowed them to pay for expenses that they needed to cover while they weren't having customers or clients. So that's been very popular, and we've been helping a lot of businesses facilitate that application process and answer a lot of questions on that. And then just general information, people calling about when they can open back for business, and just a number of things about the virus we've assisted with. On a normal basis, we are helping people, as the video said earlier, start businesses, or we're helping them grow their business. And this is something that we go over with a lot of people. It's called the Texas Roadmap to Starting a Business. And it covers everything from before people start their planning, when they talk about the feasibility of the business and whether it's feasible to do so. We talk about the business plan and preparing that, and how important it is to get out, to get started on the right foot. Also in the requirements, if they're trying to get lending, that they're going to need a business plan if they've not had the business before. Cash flow requirements, we talk to them about the projections and what it's going to cost to start a business. We give them templates, and we talk about the things that have to be considered and get them to prepare projections so that they know what it's going to cost to get into business, and then also to operate for 3 years. We help them with projections of what they're going to bring in income, and then what they're going to spend, and whether it's going to be profitable or not. We help with legal issues, the legal structure of their business. They have different options, like becoming an LLC. They can be a sole proprietor or become an LLC, a corporation, or different formats. Permits, employee and contract labor, financing options, and tax responsibilities. Those are all things that we go over with people. This will show you just a little bit about our activity. I put this on this morning just so that it would be up to date. This shows that we've dealt with 357 clients. We've had over 350 contact hours. We've actually helped start 18 businesses this year and created 81 jobs and created capital formation of over $3.7 million. And you can see in the chart, the pie chart up in the corner, where we spend a lot of our time. Startup assistance, you can see, is a big majority of it. Financing and capital is another big section, as well as managing the business, customer relations, and of course the COVID-19 situation. And I'm going to show you, everything that we do at the SBDC is very confidential and very private. We keep clients' information, confidential. We don't share it. But a lot of times we'll ask the client to let us share their information to market what we do, and also to share with the SBA so that they're familiar with what's happening in our area. So I'm going to show you a few of our success stories, and we have received permission from these people to be able to share. There's been a lot of disaster with the COVID-19, and we've heard a lot of sad stories. It's really been difficult to hear people call and talk about not being able to continue their business and losing everything they've ever had, and they put everything they had into the business. It's been tough on some days, but then there's also some good news coming out of it, and we've heard a lot of success as well. This next one I'm going to show you. This lady wanted to do a business. She was an accountant with a company, and she always wanted to have a food place that served down-home cooking, like she grew up on, and a lot of us grew up on. And she worked really hard to continue forward and make the plans to start this business. And she's starting out in a food truck here in Huntsville over at on Montgomery Road. It's called Food for the Soul. And she started just before the COVID situation. And I called her when all that started, and I said, I'm so sorry. I know you wanted to start your business and you were going to open soon. And she said, Rhonda, I'm not letting that stop me. I'm going to keep moving forward, and I'm going to follow the CDC guidelines. And as soon as I can open my doors, I'm going to. She's had such a positive attitude, and she did open I think last week or maybe the week before. She opened for business, and has sold out every single day of everything that she's had to sell. She's done a really good job with marketing and all of that, but she came to us in the beginning asking for help with her permits. She wanted to make sure she had all the permits required, and she needed help setting up her sales tax and how to properly file her sales tax reports, and food handling requirements, what she needed to do with the health inspectors, and we even helped her with getting data for the food truck industry to show her what things that she needed to consider in the way of pricing her products and all of that. So we just have helped her with every step of her business, and she's open now and doing well. And if you have a chance, go by and see her. This is another client that I worked with recently. Unfortunately, she opened just before the disaster, and she really got hit hard. She wasn't open long enough to receive any of the SBA assistance, but she's hung in there and is trying to come back now. But this lady relocated from Colorado to Willis, which is in our service area, called us because her husband had a trucking company. She wanted to get the trucking company set up here in Texas and be able to conduct the business. So we assisted with that, got all the information together that they needed to make him legal in Texas after moving here. And then she came back and said she wanted to open a taco shop in Conroe. So we assisted her with getting all the requirements from the city of Montgomery and helping her get started with that. This is another one, a wedding photographer. We helped from the beginning, just getting her legal structure together and helping her with her doing business as filing and her EIN and her taxes. And then this is another client that this lady has been really neat to work with. Kim has worked with her. She's been a long-term client. She's been here for about 4 years. She started out partnering with a cleaning service to do this organizing service. And she got her confidence after working with them and really getting out there and doing things. And she was able to branch off on her own. And she started public speaking. People were asking her to come and speak to their groups. And even down in Montgomery County, where she does a lot of business, they wanted her to speak on panels. And she struggled with that a lot. So she came to the center. Kim would have her write down her speaking points, and then Kim would make her practice in front of her in our lab. And she would be critical, you know, she would be very critical, but constructively. She would let her know things that she needed to improve on. And she's just doing outstanding, doing a lot of public speaking and promoting organizing and the importance of it and promoting her business at the same time. This is another new start that I actually worked with this guy the end of the year. He came to us for assistance. He was working 2 jobs out of town, working in, I think, in Houston and Pasadena, was never at home during the day to work with the city and the different places that he needed to get his business going. So he asked if we would help coordinate information on permitting and health inspection requirements and all of that. So we were able to get him the information, get it to him, and work with him and get him up and going. He's done really well, and he's recently joined the Chamber of Commerce, and you may have seen Fruitopia in the newspaper. He's been around the community handing out the product that he provides to the hospital and different places like that. This is another client, Lee Barron Fashion. Some of you may know them. They're in the mall. They've actually been here over 20 years. A funny story, when I was a real estate broker and did some work at the mall, I actually did their lease. I drove down to Houston on Telephone Road and had Sam sign the lease for Lee Barron Fashion. That's how long he's been in business over here. He chooses to stay in the mall because he feels like it's a safe location. His mother works there a lot in the evenings, so he doesn't worry about her. And he's done pretty well to let the people know that he's there and continues to want to grow. The picture in the bottom left corner, I actually added that because someone teased me at the last webinar I did, said, you don't have enough guys in your presentation, they're all girls. Well, this is another guy, Sam. You'll see him and his son down at the bottom. He works really hard to get involved in the community. They provide men's clothing and shoes. They have Nike brand tennis shoes, tons of selection. And they wanted to get into the high school. Well, they've been all over the campuses. You know, there's a lot of campuses at Huntsville. They've been to all of the different campuses trying to get buy-in and explain what they were trying to do. And he came to me and he said, Rhonda, everybody's excited about what we want to do, offering rewards and things to the students, but we can't get it organized. So we actually sat down with them and figured out what they were trying to do, connected them with the leaders at Huntsville Independent School District in the marketing area. And since then, we've been able to pull everything together. They've got marketing material for all of the campuses, and the school district's really excited about them offering incentives for the students that do well on their report cards or that are caught doing well, doing good things to the other students and the teachers. And unfortunately, it just kicked off right before COVID-19, so we're going to have to wait and see how that all plays out later. This is another business, Honey's Coffee. A lot of you know them. They worked with a former advisor here. She was teaching school, moved from Houston to New Waverly, wanted to start a new business, and came to us for help. So we went through every step from the beginning to actually helping her with the second location when she added a mobile unit here in Huntsville. This, most of you know, Barbed Wire Barbie. She's a young girl, local, that started a business here and has just done amazing things. She actually announced this past week that she's closing her storefront but that's okay because she's done such a good job on social media and her online marketing that she's really going to continue to be successful without even having a storefront because of what she's done on social media. And she was one of the first people in this area to actually have a mobile unit for business. She had a little camper that was wrapped with her branding on it. So those are a few of our success stories, just to give you an idea of the different things we do and some people we've worked with. We keep up with trends. We have a lot of resources available to us, not only from being a part of Sam Houston State University, but also the Texas Gulf Coast Network, and then the different resources the SBA and America's SBDC offers us. So we keep up with as many trends and, you know, the hottest new business things that are happening so that we can share that with our clients. Constant Contact, that's one of our partners. It's an amazing tool for people that are trying to do business emailing. Because of our relationship with them, if you're a part of us and you're one of our clients, we can get you signed up with Constant Contact for like $20 a month. And there's all kinds of apps and integrations that it will do, and segmentation of your market and automation. It's just really a neat program if you're looking for a business email system. We offer training here at the SBDC. We have actually have a computer lab with about 18 desktop computers in it. And we have a QuickBooks trainer. QuickBooks is the hottest item for businesses and their accounting systems. So we do this training through our QuickBooks Pro. And that was probably our most popular training before all of this started, and we had to stop doing one-on-one training. But we have moved that to webinars. We were able to get her on webinars, and it's not cheap to do because QuickBooks is so popular. It's about $100 for training, but we're currently offering it for free. If any of you are interested, now's the time to get online and sign up for the webinars because it is offered for free until we get back to doing the one-on-one training. So that will continue on. And then Grow with Google, we have them come into Huntsville. We're not sure about the rescheduled time, but someone from California is coming to actually work with the businesses on how to use Google to the fullest extent to promote their businesses. This showed some of our upcoming training just before COVID hit to show you an idea of what we do. Everything from organizing your workday with Outlook, QuickBooks, legal consideration for starting a business, and that's just a few of the topics. We've been co-hosting with the Chamber of Commerce Lunch and Learns once a month at the Chamber. We've been bringing in the speakers, people from all different aspects of businesses. Last month we had Brian Hall with Shell Oil, but he's the Small Business Liaison Officer. The month before that, we had the largest ad agency in Houston. The owner of that, Cindy Mary, and she's a Sam Houston alum. She came in and spoke about marketing your business. And we have Junkie Bags out of Conroe. I don't know if y'all know them, but they're coming when we start back. Hub, we partner with the TDC, Sam Houston, the county, the city, the school district, and Region 6. Every year to do a hub trade show that's held at the Region 6 Service Center. We have about 60 vendors who participate in that. We have about 150 participants. It's all free of charge, and it promotes the statewide historically underutilized business program. That's something else we help individuals with, is get hub certified. And then we also partner with the Huntsville Item through their Best of Readers Choice Awards. You probably have noticed that's going on right now. Every year when they do that, we host a lunch that recognizes small business, and they hand out the awards at that luncheon. We've had to cancel because the location is closed, but hopefully we'll get to have that when things open back up. So that gives you a little idea of our partnerships. And that pretty much wraps up what I wanted to share today. This is our information, our website. If you were interested in going in, and there you can sign up as a client, or you can look at our online training that's available. And there's a lot of resources through our network website as well that you can get from that address, and then our phone number if you'd like to call.
Now we are open for questions.
Okay, while people are thinking about questions, I want to give a simple piece of advice. When you're doing these webinars, now that we're doing so many of them, and I'll pick on you, David, which you're relaxed and you're at home, and that's okay. But for those of you that are working and you want to appear in a nice way on your webinar, I would suggest, and a lot of you already have, I can tell, but some of you haven't, is elevate your screen so that your camera is more head on with you. The last thing you want are people looking up your nose. And a lot of people are doing that. I saw one of our directors from Houston did an interview with Channel 13 or something, and he had his laptop sitting on his desk, and he was looking, no, he had his, I don't know where he had it, but whatever he had, you were looking right up his nose the entire interview. So that's just my advice for today. Look for something to elevate your screen so your computer's looking at your eyes. David, that looks good, much better.
Is that yeah, my arm was on so long.
Anyway, but don't let, I mean, if you can't do that, don't let that take you off of webinars and Zoom and all of that, because this is amazing to be able to still interact with people. And I think you're going to see a lot more of this moving forward. People are going to hopefully continue to use these tools and things that are available to communicate. I've heard a lot of families talking about using it for happy hour every Friday. They get together, and families all over the United States, they get to meet and talk and drink and whatever, and just really, I think it's connecting people.
Rhonda, I do have a question. For the clients, how much is the fee to get a consultation?
Okay, I should have said that in my presentation. It's absolutely free. There is no charge, and we're funded by the SBA, and they're very strict, making sure that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing with the money. But because of that, we're able to offer our services for free. We just have to make sure that the people that are seeking our services are signing up as a client, and then that we're keeping very detailed records about what we're doing with them, so that we show our funders, our SBA partners, that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing with the funding. But it's absolutely free of charge. Now there are minimal fees for some of our training that I talked about, like QuickBooks, because it costs to bring in the guide, the instructor, and we hand out flash drives with all the books and the tools. And so in those cases, we have to charge a little bit, but that's optional, that clients or others can sign up for.
I have a question, Rhonda. You said that that some of these loans for the COVID thing were really helping people to keep employees on the book and things. And at the same time, you said that some businesses were really suffering. Could you give us a sense of how, I don't know, how much of the need is being met, and maybe your thoughts on, in our local community, what more should be done, or, you know, to help us weather this in a good way?
Well, one thing that I think everyone could do that's easy to do is support the small business. If they're opening, even if they're not opening, a lot of them, especially the restaurants, are offering the curbside service and takeout. Please support them any chance you get. You know, I know people have gotten used to eating at home and saving money and all of that, but anything you can do to help the small businesses, support them, go out, shop when they are open, give them words of encouragement. I had one businessman call me in tears one day, and it wasn't so much that he was upset for himself, he was upset for his other business partners that were struggling. And just encourage the business owners when you see them, that they're important and that, you know, they're going to get through this. The loans have been exceptional. You know, I think it's like anything else. A lot of the businesses that were getting the loans are the ones that are organized. They're profitable. They have people that are helping them. Those are the ones that were first in line, had all their paperwork in order, able to get the funding that was available. The ones that were maybe struggling already in business, don't have any help, they're on their own. They're keeping their own books. They don't really have a good filing system for their tax returns and things that they needed to produce. Those are the ones that struggled, and that's where we come into play to help as much as we can to, encourage them, tell them what they need, help them with what we could, and then get them to the right place. But there's still a need. There's still people that just haven't received any funds, but it's for different reasons. Like, people that wanted the paycheck protection loans, maybe they weren't paying their employees on and paying using W-2s to report taxes. Well, in that case, they, maybe weren't eligible for some of it. And it's interesting because I've had a lot of clients say, when this is over, I really want to come talk to you about setting my employees up on a structure that would have qualified for something like this. Basically, I want to do it the right way and need your help, when we can sit down and talk about it. So I think the businesses have learned a lot from this process, but a lot of them were helped. A lot of them were able to get the funding and information that they needed. And then there were, of course, some that didn't.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Rhonda, I think you have done a great job to provide us all the information. And I think all the Rotarian, probably just like me, we really want to go out to help out the small business, but sometimes due to our own situation, we are kind of fearful to go out. So we did a lot of online shopping. But again, we can see a lot of business has been opening in our county. So if you put on your mask, be well protected, put double, triple layer, and then go out and help out those small business, that will be a really good help.
That's right.
Yeah. So
hopefully, you said something about online shopping, and I've done a little bit myself, but hopefully we haven't gotten so spoiled to that we don't get back out and spend our money locally when all of this is back to somewhat normal. Again, just encouraging everyone to support local business any chance you get.
Mm-hmm, that's right. And you see the Facebook, so many people has been going out, having meal, pick up the meals, and some business, they don't have the protection. Some business, they really well prepared, have all the employees to put on masks and prepare for the food. So I just want to make sure our Rotarian will be all stay well and be healthy.
I have a comment.
Mm-hmm. Lydia?
I just want to thank Rhonda for doing such an amazing job. I always say to her, the Lord called you to this for such a time as this. It was a brand new thing, but I know Rhonda since we worked together, and she was my mentor here at Sam Houston. She is such a hard worker and so amazingly proficient. She is really the right person for the job, and I really, really commend you for doing a stellar job. I was brand new, so many things to learn. You're learning, but yet you still have found such success in helping so many people, Rhonda. You are so, so appreciated.
Thank you, Lydia. I miss you. You need to come to work for me.
In another life.
Yeah.
And I really need to thank Todd to propose to have Rhonda as our speaker. Todd, thank you. I know you work closely with Rhonda for helping our local small businesses. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Lee Jan. It's certainly my pleasure. Rhonda is always so well informed on anything she does, whether it's Rotary related, small business development related, community involvement related. She's a real asset to our club and our community, and I'm glad to count her as a friend and certainly as an ally in our efforts to help our local businesses around here. Rhonda, you and Kim and the whole crew that you have over there really done a great job and a lot of long hours, and my hat's off to you.
Thank you.
And thank you all. And at the beginning of this meeting, we talk about when we can go back and have a face-to-face meeting. Just be honest with you, we don't know. But in the second week of June 12th, on Friday, we will have a board meeting to finalize the plan about July 1st, the induction, to prepare for TOTS and the new leadership team's preparation. So we are still doing brainstorming, calling around, make sure we are able to get the controlled room to have a formal induction ceremony. So we will post whatever we found and to see whether we can, how many people we can host for the induction. So is there any member have any business would like to share while we are online? No, then I am going to share this. I have a cheat sheet. So can you see my cheat sheet there? So dear Rotarian, please unmute your microphone so we can all hear each other and join me for the 4-way test of the things we think, say, or do. The first.
Is it the truth?
The second.
Is it fair to all
concerned? The third.
Would it build good,
well and better
friendships?
The fourth. Would it be beneficial to all concerned? And the fifth. Is it fun? We got to try. We got to try our best to have fun, and we are. The following weeks, we already scheduled many wonderful speakers, just like Rhonda. So please join us back next Wednesday. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Rhonda.
Thank you.
Bye, Rhonda. Thank you.
Bye, Todd. Thank you.
Thank you.